Okay, here's what we're going to do. This is called uranagi, rear throw. Rear throw, okay? Now, years ago, one of the guys in the club, Joe Roberts, nicknamed it the Buck. The Buck. Because I think he couldn't figure out how to say uranagi. But anyway, that's another thing. And we just call it the Buck. And you buck him up in the air and throw him over your, and you drill him, okay? And you plaster him really good for any pawn. This is a great throw. You can use it as a great thing for a defense, you know, as a counter throw. You can use it as an offensive weapon too. And we do both. We're going to learn the first way as a defense. So if Mike comes in on Derrick and he comes around like for a koshiguruma or a hip wheel, something where he grabs it, no, grab around the neck, grab around the neck, grab around the neck, okay? So, and see how, and what Derrick's going to do is drop lower, and he's going to toss him. So just kind of come in, and, you know, there you go, got the throw, okay. So this time, come into the throw, he's going to drop low, he's going to toss. Okay, so Mike comes in koshiguruma, bam, there's the buck, okay? And it looks like he was a pro wrestler, you know, but it's not. It doesn't require a lot of strength, it's technique. Yes, it takes strength, but it takes also technique. There we go, okay? Now, Derrick's a middleweight. He's not just some big hulking guy that weighs 280. He weighs 160. So you know, obviously it's technique there. So let's kind of take a look at that. All right. Let's everybody come around this side, and I want to get Derrick come on this side so you can visually. Come over here, buddy, because I'm only come over here, on this side so you get a view. Okay. Come over here so you get a view. Okay. All right. So everybody get the same view. Come over here where you get the same view. Come over here. All right. Come over where the big guys are. There you go. Help, Mike. All right. Now watch. When Mike comes in, we're doing this as a counter. Okay, a counter technique. When Mike comes in for his koshiguruma, Derrick, first of all, when he comes in, before you come in, guys, just come in and do koshiguruma. And he's going to kind of, see how he hip cut a little bit? He blocked. He checked that hip. He stopped it. Okay, he did a nice cutaway there as he did that. So you see that? He stopped the momentum. He stopped Mike's forward momentum. He gave him a good hip shot. Okay? Now, Mike's trying to grab around Derrick's neck. Okay? That's fine for Derrick. Because what Derrick's going to do now, as soon as he does that, he's going to squat low. He wants his hips below Mike's hips. See that? He wants his belt below Mike's belt. All right? Now, notice some things Derrick is doing. Derrick has never let go of his hand on the lapel. That's really important, okay, because he's got a good grip there. The next thing, Derrick, look at his head. His head is right in Mike's shoulder. He doesn't slip under it like a pro wrestling move like that. He loses control when he does that. He's using his head as a steering wheel to take Mike back over. So he's going to use that head. He needs to keep it right there in that right shoulder. See that? Another thing Derrick is doing, and watch this, something we call a tight waist. He grabs firmly and tightly around Mike's hip. Now, it's better to grab the hip itself. If you can grab the belt, that's fine, if that's there. But really, by grabbing the hip, you know you've got it. There's something in tight to you. And he's squeezing it in super tight. And he's dropped very low. And watch, all he does is squat low, and he picks up, and he rotates over, and he keeps turning into him. You notice he turned to him chest to chest. He didn't throw him back when they both ended up on their back. He turned. This way the referee knows who did the throw, which was Derrick, and who got the throw thrown on the back, which was in this case Mike. You want to splat him flat on his back, and that's what happens. So Mike comes in, and he comes in, he blocks, bam. See how he finishes? Derrick's in perfect position now, side of Mike, to go right to a hold. So it's almost like holding. So if the referee, or say the throw wasn't a pawn, or the referee didn't call a pawn, so you can go, you're in perfect position to pin him. Okay? So let's look at it one more time, and then we'll practice this. He comes in. A couple more things. You're not just lifting him with brute strength. When you're doing this, and you're tight waisting, you drop low, and you squat. See what he's squatting here. And notice his head will be, he's hooking around the waist. This holds the lapel. So if Mike's in there, get in there, Mike, and when he does this, and when he comes in, see how low he is? Tight waist here. Grabbing the lapel. That's because he's capturing him, and he's totally controlling him. His head is there. Now he's going to steer Mike over with his head, but when he does this, he's going to just lift him up a little bit and quick rotation. Okay? Bam. See how he turned? Always keep chest to chest to him. That way you win. This, you will really throw him for a pawn. through the years, everybody will come at, we've really tried to use this a lot. Doesn't matter whether you're a big kid, big man, big girl, small girl, whatever, you can do it. It's a great technique. We're going to do it a little later as an offensive move. But right now, it's a good way to learn it as a counter. It's a good way to first learn uranagi, or the rear throw. Okay? All right, we're going to practice this now. So we get the practice to throw Mike, and he's not going to do it as a counter. Uranagi, or the rear throw, is really meant to be an aggressive offensive throw. It's a great counter throw, yeah, but it really is a better offensive throw. So what Derrick's going to do now, he's going to think about it. He's going to come in a little bit differently than if you were doing it as a counter. Okay? Now, he's always going to have his right hand, that's his anchor there. All right? Now, what he's going to do, his goal is to put the left side of his head right in here to Mike's, inside of Mike's right shoulder. Okay? As he does that, he's going to slide right in, and he's going to grab. Now, see how he's all his holds here. That's the anchor. That's the lock. His right hand, he's going to step in with his left foot. See how he stepped in right behind here? And see how he's squatting? So Derrick's left hip is right under Mike's right rear end. Okay? And real tight there. Now, for the IJF, a lot of you guys train for IJF stuff, don't grab the belt or below. You want to grab up here higher, tight waist above the belt. Okay? Now, in AAU Judo, whatever, Sambo, you can grab the belt or below, whatever's fine. But, keep that in the rules of the game you're fighting in, okay? All right, so when he's, come on out again, and he's going to step in, and go ahead and toss him. Bam. That's it. A lot of our guys have done this over many years. We've been doing this throw for probably 35, 40 years in our club, and you really get some air time, and that's an ippon, okay? It is a strong, strong throw. And it doesn't take a lot of strength. People think you're some kind of massively built Hulk, but you're not. It's just good, clean judo technique.
It's all in the legs.
It's all in the legs. Yeah, that's good. Now watch when he comes in again. He comes in. Now watch. See how squatted he is? It's also called a chair throw. Look, he's almost like he's sitting in a chair. See how he's squatting down in his chair? Head's here. His hips lower than his hips. Here's his anchor. Tight waist here. Okay? Now when he lifts him, he's going to lift him up, and he's going to punch him all the way over. And he turns with belly to belly to finish. So the start is this. You got to, when you're thinking of this, when you're fighting and you're using this as an aggressive move, I want to keep my right hand here. That's my anchor hand. And that sets my course. Okay? And when he does this, he's going to slide through. Bam! See how he drops low? There you go. And he tosses him. That's it. Okay? So it's a real good aggressive move. It's a great throw. Now, some of you guys are using some thigh sweeps and all kinds of really cool stuff, which really works. Do that little thigh sweep, make it cool. All right. Some of you guys were doing it great. Like Kyle, you were doing this, and TJ was too. See how you do a lift, thigh lift with it? All that stuff works too. They're all valid. And what you want to do is get him off the mat. Remember, we want him to land on the back, primarily back to backside with control and force. All those things have been met in this throw. So that's an ippon. Okay? All right. So let's work it now as an aggressive throw, an offensive style uranagi, rear throw. Okay? Let's start working here. Listen up.
Okay.
A few points here to point out on the uranagi, the rear throw, the buck.
Okay. So when you come into this, your head needs to hit right there on the chest, the side of the chest, right here. You can hit it on the shoulder, that's okay, but you don't want to be up here. So if you come around and your head doesn't touch anything, you're out of position. You're way too low. When I try and lift TJ up now, I have no leverage. Then I really do have to grab around his waist to lift him up.
And that takes more strength. This is a technique move. It really is a technique move.
So as you're coming around, just lower your level a little bit and drive the side of your head or your face into that side of their chest. Okay? Then you grab. All right? And as I come up, now I can use my head to steer him. And then my hand to finish. Okay? Up, steer, finish. Okay? My hand never leaves the lapel, and neither does my head. Okay? On occasion, I lift real high up there, but then I put it right back in. That allows me to put both of his shoulders flat on the mat, which is what you want. Okay? So again, as I'm coming in, drop down. Head, hip, up, steer. Okay? You go up, and then you're driving him down with your head in your hand. All right?
We got that?
Got
Let's
it?
do a few more to
Okay.
round that up.